bad. I didn't know this guy raised his prices for barbershop, right? So he was 50, but I used to pay this guy 40 for like 3 months straight. He never said nothing. Then I hit him with this. I've been charging. Are we rolling? We're going?
Yeah, we're going.
Awesome.
We're on camera now.
Y'all know who it is, man. It's Goliath Oboyo, and I am live today on Eat and Talk. And you know what's about to happen. I brought us some delicate.
Yo, shout out to Oboyo for whipping
Let
this
him finish
up,
the
y'all.
introduction.
I'm sorry.
I'm in the
Let
kitchen
him
going
finish
ham
the
again, man.
introduction.
Okay, my
So
bad. Go ahead.
to my left here, I got Yusra Muhammad. You know she.
No, Mahmoud.
Mahmoud. I'm so
Why are you
sorry.
correcting
She
that
messed
man?
up.
Let him do the
How
introduction
you
how he
gonna
wants
tell
to
my
say
name?
it.
I got Gilly the kid here right next to me too, man. That's his new name from now on. Don't
I
call
like
him
that.
Gilbert. We're not going with that. So we're gonna have a great episode. I'm excited to get this started. Yusra, what do you got for us? Because we don't know what the hell is going on.
I don't know.
Now you can shout him for the food.
Yeah. Sorry.
There you go.
Shout out to Oboyo for bringing us this amazing brunch, y'all. Fruits, pancakes,
Yeah.
syrup,
Yeah.
all 9 yards. You know, the food is the reason why we're here, you guys.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm setting the bar high, right? So
You
when
are.
people come, they gotta bring something
yeah,
nice. Okay, yeah, that's what
exactly.
like to
I
hear.
love it.
That's
I
what
love
like
it.
to
You
hear.
guys, so I brought Oboyo here today just to have a fun conversation. But first and foremost, shout out to Audition Podcast. You guys follow, subscribe, like, comment, everything. Our boy got his own YouTube channel, and me and Gilbert were guests on there. So we have to show the love back. He had to come and bless our studio
And I
today.
appreciate that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
definitely.
Yep.
And our topic today is really going to be really simple and free flow. It's something that you guys always ask us about, but we're going to kind of go a little bit in financial literacy, entrepreneurship. Yeah, we're just going to be chilling, to be honest, and eating it. I'm going to let Oboyo and Gilbert really take on while I eat the rest of this episode. So,
Okay, awesome. Gilly, we got this. Man.
Man.
First question.
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah, let me know your guys' opinions. Why is financial literacy important? Why should people? Oh, we forgot to introduce Carter.
Carter.
I'm so sorry, Carter. We got Carter as a special guest here too. He's enjoying it.
He loves mangoes.
He just looked at me like.
Carter said I'm here for the food.
Why is financial literacy important? Why should people give a beep about this? Why should we talk about this? What is your opinions?
Gilly, you want to tackle it first, or? Oh no, I'll go first.
Go first. I got to put in my mouth now.
Y'all really both got food in your mouth.
Financial literacy is very important because if you do not know how your money works, or if you don't know how to manage it, you will be in a lost cause. Like me, for the last I don't know how long, right? I used to work for Target. Got out straight out of college and got a nice paying job. I was like, okay, that's what's up, baby. So I got a check every 2 weeks, and I'll pay my bills, and the rest is getting spent out there, man. Like, what do you want? What do you want? You want a new shirt? I got it now, baby. That's what's up. And then I was doing this for so long until I realized, like, what the heck? I didn't have any goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to have a goal when it comes to financial literacy. Like, what are you
Yeah.
saving for? What are you doing this for? Like, once you get that, I think then, it's better, it's easier for you to actually understand how money works and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's what I think.
I agree, honestly. Why is financial literacy important is because you really got to know how to survive. It's an ethic. It's not something that they taught us in school. We talk about this a lot, but not nowadays. I'm just so impressed by how many videos, resources, people are out there actually educating people. It's important because you really need to know the fundamentals of financial literacy. It doesn't mean you need to know all the word juggins of vocabulary that they use and all the hard things, but you really need to know how to manage your money, how to save. It's fundamental at the end of the day. That's all I could really say.
I couldn't say less. I agree with you guys. I think it's just the base point of starting to know how to save.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the blueprint. It's basically knowing the blueprint of how your money is working.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you guys said too. It's just you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all need to know how we're spending our money, how we're saving our money, how money works, and all that stuff. So I agree with you guys.
Perfect.
Absolutely. So how did y'all become financially literate? I want to know. How does one become financially literate?
I personally, me in life, it goes with everything. You have to throw me in the fire, man. I got to get burnt, man.
So you got burned.
Yeah, man. Look, I got financial. I'm still even learning till this day. I learned because I was looked at my account one day. I was like, yo,
What is happening to my money?
I can't go purchase something over here. What's going on? You know, and one of my biggest fears, is going to shopping, swiping that card, and the man looks at you like, hey,
your card got declined.
You gotta say your card was off 1 second.
It's like, so it's that's like one of the biggest things for me is like I had to go through it. I had to learn like, damn, man, and I also had to figure out for myself like, what am I saving? Everyone tells you to save for what? Like, what are we saving for?
A rainy day.
But
everyone has a reason why they save.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a reason why.
So I had to find my why, and then from there, I'm still kind of learning. I'm more of the risky. I'm not like the biggest investor, but like I'm the risky investor guy. I might throw something into one of those cryptos that I'm probably getting robbed off of. But hey, if it works, if it hits the right time, I might be rich. But yeah.
I love it.
For me, to answer the same question, how I learned was just working at a financial institute. To be honest with you, it is, but it's just learning. It's willing to learn, and I think mine. I had to start working for like a financial institute. Mm-hmm. That's how I learned.
Yes. So for me, honestly, it was both working at a financial institution and also going through exactly like Oboyo, what you went through. Right after high school and college were like my worst years for me. Mm-hmm. I didn't really know anything about financial literacy. I've been working since I was 15, and I've known that I've always had to pay bills, but I love to have fun. I loved materials. Now I'm a little bit more smart, but I love to go out. Like those were like things that, when you're young, like it's bound to happen, So when you do that, you really don't know how to manage your money. So that's how I became financially literate, is when I was like, oh dang, I have no finance. I got to become literate. So that was my main thing for me.
It looked like you want to add something to that, boy.
Me? No. I was getting a strike back, man. Yeah.
So if someone asks you, hey, okay, y'all, how can we save money? Mm-hmm. What would you tell them? How can someone save money?
Depends on the individual. I just got done talking to someone. I was like, you want to save money? But whenever you get your check, send it to me. Cash app it to me. I got a shoebox for you, I'm not going to.
That's how we used to do it back in the day. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I would say there's multiple ways. Like you can open up, let's say like you got a one bank that you have a card with, right? You have multiple card with, and then you can find another, maybe like a credit union or something over there where you don't have a card and there's not multiple branches, right? So for you to take out money, you have to intentionally be like,
that sounds familiar. That's my goal.
Yeah. So it's like you could do it. That's how I would do it. Either ways. It's either like give it to someone that you trust that ain't gonna.
No. I like how you added someone you trust. I was about to stop him. I was like, wait, what do you mean? Give it to someone you trust?
Give it to someone you trust and that you know is not gonna run away with your money, or that's like the extreme. Or just find a different bank that you don't have access to it at all. Unless it's like emergency cases,
I agree with that too. That's how I would tell them to, and the same thing Oboyo said. I think it depends on the person. It depends on who you're talking to. But the same thing he said, I'll tell them to open an account somewhere else with a bank that, like you said, they have to drive a long distance or wait 5 to 7 business days for the money to transfer into that account. By the time you're like, I don't need this stress. No more, just start by that way. And I feel like financial institutes do have a way that you can hide your savings from seeing it yourself. So but you got to start with a savings.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, what I tell people is, like you said, it really depends on who. It depends on how much you're trying to save. Do you have a goal that you're trying to save towards, or are you just trying to save generally? So once you answer those questions, that's kind of how I give you advice. I tell everybody, definitely have a savings account. It's not something that is attached to a debit card that you can purchase with. I know, like with some banks, like the bank that I worked for, they if you do like more than a certain amount of transfer a month, you start getting charged, or that savings account completely closes or converts. So that's something you can look into. Talk to someone who's an expert at somewhere that you bank at. I also like to tell people there's something called like CD accounts. So let's say you save $2,500. Go ahead and put that into a CD savings account, and you're not allowed to touch that money for 6 months. There's something like that. Or some people don't really like having a CD account due to like interest, and they're trying to avoid that stuff. So what you could do, I mean earning interest, it could be for religious purposes, etc. Take money and turn it into a cashier's check, and then put that cashier's check away in a safe box or give it to someone you trust. That way, and just keep accumulating those cashier checks. It's okay. I think that's a great way to save. That's not something that you can't go to like a nice restaurant and be like, here's my cashier's check, So a lot of different ways that you can save money, but love it. Great advice.
Yo, going back to what you said,
Go ahead.
where they charge you for taking money out
your own money.
My own money. That's the craziest thing ever. They used to charge the hell out of me because I used to keep like $2 in my checking to try to save, but then I would convert it. Right, it's like 6 times in a month. Like they sent me a long paper. It's like, hey, bro, we can cut down your account. They converted it to a check, and oh man, I love it.
So how do I know I'm doing a good job with my money? How do I know that I'm becoming financial literate?
That's a tough one.
How do I know I'm saving? How do you know?
I feel like when I see the commas, like if I see the double zeros, like if I see the number and I know, right? I think that's how I don't honestly. That's a good question. I feel like it depends on the individual. Someone might want to save 2,000, and that's that's their way of keeping track that they're doing something good or the success. So it always depends on the person. For me, I would say when I start seeing the account grow.
Yeah. I would say again, it goes back to if you have a goal, reverse engineer, like find that goal and then work your way down, how much you make, pay off all your bills, blah, 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 and then you're saving up towards that, right? So you want to have benchmarks, like by this month, I should be at this number if I'm doing it accordingly. If I buy this month, I should be here. So if you have something like that already written down, that's how you can way to see how well you're doing. Oh crap, I'm supposed to save 100 a month. I haven't saved 100 yet. So you're doing bad then. Your goal is not there. You haven't achieved nothing. So that's how I would say.
I agree. For me, how I know I'm doing a good job is when I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. Like I know that it's a struggle when I get paid and then I gotta wait until the next paycheck to get something, buy something, whatever it is. But once I hit that next paycheck date and I'm halfway in the week, I didn't know I got paid. I didn't know I have money in my account. That's how I know I'm doing good personally. That's how I feel like, I'm doing good money. That means I'm saving. That means I'm not, buying on my wants. I'm focused more on my needs. That's a big thing. That's what my parents always say. They're like, you millennials, or as my parents like to call it, you say wallahis. In our generation, we call say wallahis, our millennials. You guys just buy everything. The second you guys get paid, the money is gone. You guys do not know how to budget. You guys don't know how to do anything. And so our parents, they had my parents, I should speak up for myself, had very minimal growing up. And they were still able to budget very well without, the education of finance, financial literacy. They lived on Section A, they had EBTs, all that stuff. They have tons of kids. And I didn't feel that we were living paycheck to paycheck because they were very smart on buying what we needed. They were making sure, first of all, food was on the table and it didn't have to be no fancy 5-star food. And our rent was being paid, and our important things like school clothes and those like that and shoes. So I think that's important is, once you know how to budget and you don't feel the pain of not having money, that's how you know you're doing good at managing money. So managing money doesn't mean you got to be rich. Yeah. You could be bare minimum having $15 an hour, but you just know what you're spending on or how you're spending your money. So
I would say for the parents part, though, I feel like they grew up in a different era, or they might have been grew up back in, our homeland somewhere. So it's they know, they don't, I'm gonna go get the Gucci shoes. They're not. Yeah, that's not in their mind. They're way past that. But us, since we're here, who got the hottest kicks? Okay, I gotta get. I gotta get that. So it's I feel like they have more of an advantage because they're I have no need for the things that we want. That we are looking for to look cool. So it's I think, I feel like we are the one that's actually supposed to educate our parents too to save, because our parents grew up wanting to pay for stuff that they needed for us. Yeah. So they didn't think about savings and all that stuff. So they're looking at us to be the one to educate them when it comes to savings. Yeah. All that stuff. So
absolutely. Right. So and maybe you can chime in on this. This might be more for Gilbert and people. They obviously by this time a lot of people our age know what a bank account is. A lot of people also know what a credit union is, but what's the difference between a bank and a credit union? What do you guys like to utilize and why?
Give it my man.
Man, so a credit. So just to answer the first question, a credit union and a regular bank. A credit union is more like family based on bank, and then a regular bank is more, the government tells your bank what to do.
I think most of people use toys.
But here you go, Carter. So for me, I like my credit union more because, to be honest, they get to decide what they want to do. So if they want to give you more interest, they could give you more interest. But with a regular big bank, they can't tell you they can do that because they're going based on the world's interest rate. So I utilize my credit union more, but it always goes back to it depends on the person and how they want to use it.
I always just heard credit unions are better. I didn't know why they're like they'll give you a better percentage when you're getting a loan for this.
Yep, that's true.
That's true.
That is very true. That is very true. That's very true.
Yeah, so.
But the disadvantage of a credit union is they can get
states.
up and exactly.
What did you say?
There's one in like every 6 states. You can't find one. That's crazy.
That's true. That's the pros and cons. I agree.
That's where you should save your money though, because they're not everywhere.
They're not everywhere. That's a good one.
It's only in like the city, and
Yeah, so
you and I can
difference.
get up and own a credit union if we wanted to.
Hey, y'all come invest with us. Hey, you gonna get 2% back. That's more than the regular bank, bro. Gotcha.
Yeah. I think sometimes if you can, it's good to have both. But definitely when it comes to interest rates, like I know a lot of people when it comes to like car loan payments, it's better to go to like a credit union and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's the con is honestly, it's not as common. There's literally, it's not as common. That's all I can say, honestly. So it's kind of hard, but good answer. I like that. Do you have a credit union?
Me? You know what's crazy?
Or a bank with one?
I do have a credit union. You know how you open up, you put like $5 in there?
Yeah.
That's all I have in there. And
I have one just like that too.
Bro, I'm telling you, I've had it since 2012. I haven't went back yet.
And that's the thing too. They don't charge you fees.
So you gotta put more money in there then.
They don't charge you fee. I have one that I have it since like 2007. The $5 is still in there.
Yeah, I think
with interest though, but they've never charged me a fee for having that
you
account.
probably at 10 now, boy. We get free money. Let's go.
I can. So speaking of credit unions, let's go into credit.
Yeah.
What's credit, first of all, y'all? And dumb it down. We don't gotta get all technical. Like, what is credit to you?
I feel like you should answer that one, and then I'll touch back on it.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
I'm maxed out.
Well, so first of all, as we know, debit is something that we utilize. We put our own money into it. Checking account is linked to your debit. There is no annual percentage rate to it. It's annual percentage yield. Credit is something you need, but you don't want to abuse, and you got to be very careful with it. It comes, there's credit bureaus. So once you start building credit, or if you don't have credit, your credit is reported to these bureaus. We could go into that, but our last guest, Asia, got all that information. Shout out to Asia.
Shout out, girl. She's cool individual.
Yes. But yeah, so credit, you accumulate points. And you can get a credit card. That's kind of how everybody starts with a credit. But like I said, you guys, what is credit to you? Why is it important?
Credit to me is spend it, baby. I said it one time, I said it one time. I was like, you don't check the price, just swipe, baby. Think about it later, okay? Don't worry about it for now. You have to pay it back in a month.
That is horrible advice. You guys do not listen to that.
Please listen to me. You want to ball out? Get that credit card.
Absolutely not.
Definitely not. Don't have them having to work on that credit.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't listen to me.
But credit is very important though, because credit can definitely get you a house. You can get you a car. You can get you a nice loan, which we always say use other people's money to, become.
Yeah. Make payments though, please.
Yeah, make payments.
Once you guys do that.
But credit is very important for me, and I strongly always advise people to start that credit young. It's never too late to start your credit, but once you start young, you're in a good place to build it up. Once you start late, it's like, oh man, here we go. I can do this. And the thing too, I think you need credit to rent cars too, right? You need a credit card to rent cars.
That was my next question: is why should I care about my credit score? Like, why should anybody care?
Your interest rate will be lower when you're getting whatever the heck you're getting.
Your dream car, your dream house, everything is super good when your credit is good. Your interest rate is like the key.
Isn't cash king though? And should I just cash it out so I don't have to worry about that?
So you're gonna take a credit card and cash it out?
Yeah, I can.
That is the worst decision because the amount of interest they charge you when you take money out of a credit card is brutal, and it's gonna be a while for you to get out of that. I wouldn't recommend ever doing a cash advance. So you have the option to, but don't do it. Just do not do it.
You know what I used to think when I first came to America? I was so naive. My dad showed me a credit card or debit card. He was like, "Hey, yo, there's money in it," and I was like, "Yo, why don't you cut it open? What's going on?" I thought, hey,
What?
I was so naive, bro. Cause
I love it.
Like, there's money. I was like, "Yo, let's get to it." Bro, oh, that's crazy, bro. I'm sick in the head. I can't believe that.
Let's get to that money real quick.
Okay.
How is Dad doing with his credit now, though?
I don't think he has a credit card, to be honest with you. I don't think he does.
Oh yeah, our parents don't really, but like my parents always are like, stay away from credit, like all that. I think my dad let my mom get a couple like Macy's cards and stuff like that, but
stay away from the store cards.
Oh
That's
God.
another thing too. If you go to buy something at whatever your favorite store is, stay away from that credit card.
really, but you get discounts and sales at the store.
Think about the interest rate, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
think about the interest rate that they be charging you just for that little discount.
Okay,
20% off?
so let's say you got a problem on your credit score because you start maxing out your Macy's card, like you said. How do you fix those problems? Is it fixable? Is credit something that you could fix? Have you fixed your credit?
I don't think I've ever had. I'm not saying I got the best credit in the world, but I don't think I've had like bad credit.
Wow, shout out to you.
I don't think, because last time it was I don't know, 700s is decent, right? Somewhere in there. Okay, that's where I was at last time. So, but to fix it, I don't know. I think I always heard don't use 10% or something like that. If your limit is $6,000, use like $600 max or something like that and pay it off each month.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. But y'all the financial. I'm not no.
How do you fix a credit score? Well, how do you tell people how they can fix their credit score?
I usually tell them you have to do your research first. I usually advise them that once a year, you can actually look up your credit score. That's where you start
For
first.
free?
Yeah, that's where you start first by knowing exactly what is on your credit score. So once a year you can fill out, I think it's my free annual credit report, which gives you everything that is on your credit. That's where you start.
Yeah.
It gives you, everything that's reporting. It gives you the numbers.
Yeah.
If you feel comfortable doing it yourself, you can go ahead and start calling those numbers down, because they're willing to work with people. But at the same time, another tip I give them too, if you're going to do it yourself, make sure you educate yourself before you call them. Make sure you do your research first before you call them.
Yeah.
But it always starts with knowing exactly what it's on the credit report first.
I love it. So, last question about credit. Let's say I need a loan. How do I begin? Where do I get? What do I need to get a loan?
Well, you don't even have to find a bank first. You got to check your credit score first.
When you get I don't know. When I got my car a while back, I went to the bank. Was like, all right, hey, look, I don't want to use my own money. I kind of want to use y'all for a little bit because I had no money. So they were like, the guy was like, yo, he's calling people. What's the interest rate? So I lied to him. I was like, yo, I got a credit union back at home. They're giving me like this percentage, right? He's like, give me a second. Let me call my boss. So he called them, and then he's like, what are they offering you? I just made up some number. I was like, 3%. They're like, we can match it, So I was like,
what?
Because I was like, I didn't want to drive back home, bro. These people can do it. They just don't. They're just trying to get you every time. So, what was the question? I'm so confused.
Yeah, how do I get a loan? Where do you start? Like, how have you got a loan?
Just go to the bank, and they're gonna start running numbers on you. How much you make a year? Bada boom, bada bang, and you get a check. Go crazy after that.
I usually advise, for me, I would tell them, look at your credit score first, so you know what you're working with. Because every single time they pull your credit score, that's a point down.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go and them looking up your credit score or go and apply for something when you in the back of your head know that, dang, my credit score sucks.
Yeah.
So you want to check your credit score first and then go see the bank and try your luck.
Yeah.
So that's where you start if you want to get a loan. Is basically check your credit score first.
It also depends on what.
Yusra or Gilbert, they give out private loans. I heard y'all. I don't know what's going on.
And, it really depends on the kind of loan that you're looking for, too. Mortgage is different. Car loan is different. Personal loans are different. Do you really need a loan? First of all, that should be the last option that you should look at before you put yourself in debt, Is it a school loan? It's all different things, but figure out how much you need. Figure out if you can make payments in a year. Figure out how much payments that you think you can afford. 2 years, 3 years, whatever. They can do. It's less amount the more years that you make payment, but then I think it's more interest that way, right? But it's less interest and the less time it takes you to pay it off. So definitely take a look at that. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so you guys, let's get into my favorite topic, you guys. Let's talk about business and entrepreneurship. So we all work in the corporate world. But I think all three of us have touched business or are in business or been entrepreneurs, whatever. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about entrepreneurship. Why do you guys like being an entrepreneur?
Go ahead.
I feel like it's the freedom to do what you want to do. I think that's why I like it. And you get to, for me personally, I think it's just helping other people out. Being able to help people out at your own time. You're not on the clock. Someone is not telling you what to do. You're not, if you want to go on vacation, you can go on vacation. But it's the freedom. It comes down to the freedom.
Yeah.
So.
I started selling shoes and just random hype products and things of that nature. And what I liked about it was I was just starting to learn money. It's like, okay, whoa, if I buy this for $500, sell it for $700, I just made $200, and I got my money back. So I'm gonna keep doing that, flipping it over and over. That became interesting, and like I kind of liked it, And like you said, helping people out too. Depend like people, I need those shoes, and like I can get it for you. So everyone has their own special thing they like to spend money on that they don't care for,
It's true too.
And it depends on who you are. Everyone has their own thing. But I like I guess the freedom and just helping people solve some sort of problem that and then at the end of the day, if that works out, it can take you away from your 9 to 5. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I love the freedom, the aspect of helping people, but just honestly the amount or just establishing something for yourself that's yours, whether it's building your own name brand or whatever it is, it's something that's yours that you could pass down generations. You can't pass down generations working at Target. You can't give it to your kid and be like, all right, here's my title as a corporate executive. Now you can be one. It doesn't work like that. But when you are your own CEO, you are eating and the ones that you love are eating with you. So that's my favorite thing about, entrepreneurship. It takes a lot of hustle, but at the end of the day, I just feel like the outcome is a lot better when you're your own boss.
That's true. That is so true.
I love it. So some questions that people usually ask entrepreneurs is how could you make profit, and what does it take to really make profit on your 10 first or 10 largest customers?
Dang, I feel like profit comes in the long run. You can't think profit right away when you're opening a business.
But even if it's long run, how do you make the profit? Let's say you've got all the money and everything like that. How when you're selling shoes, how do you make profit? What does it take?
I go for things that are low in quantity, all right? So it's there's this many amount of shoes coming out, right? So, but the demand for it is so high, but supply and demand. So if you got your hand on it, everybody wants it, but no one has access to it, you can control the price of that product. So you bought it for $300, and there's this person might come to you and be like, yo, I got you for $4, I got you for $6 over here. I'm going for the guy who got the most. It sounds bad, but you got the most money you actually wanted, I'm gonna give it to you. And just whatever you paid for, try to upsell it. Business is everywhere. You go to the grocery store, you go buy snacks, they're upcharging you whether you like it or not. So don't get mad at me when I do it.
Period. Exactly. I mean, and if you're going to buy something from, Nike and somebody else is buying it, go support the person that's buying it if you're trying to help small businesses at the end of the day.
Let's help each other out.
Helping each other out.
Yeah, I mean, no, this guy's funny. They got an hey, actually, this is funny. This just got through my head. These guys got an event for every day of the hour, bro. This is so funny, yo. If you don't want to sleep, follow this guy, yo. From 10 to 2, they got some. From 2 to 5, they got another event. They going to let you go to sleep at 6, wake up 7 to 11, they got brunch. Like, bro, can we go to sleep? Yo, Chala and Gilly, they go crazy,
I can't.
These guys
that
are crazy.
That is so true. Y'all be making money
Can we go to
every
sleep,
minute.
bro?
You gotta enjoy life, though. You gotta enjoy life.
You can't enjoy life
if you
without
work
sleep,
hard.
bro. This kid-
Yo, that was the funniest thing I have ever heard, ever.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
that
You gotta
is
enjoy
hilarious.
life.
Shout out to y'all, though. Y'all killing
You
it.
gotta enjoy
That
life.
is- that's crazy. So let's just say, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how, because these are just common questions that I found that like they ask like business owners, but how do you determine the cost of the product you sell, whether it's like parties or, items, whatever it is? How do you guys determine the cost?
How much do you want to make on it? So, like, I was just talking to Steve. Shout out to Steve. He's over there in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve.
It's like he's got some shirts here. I'm gonna start making shirts soon. He's like, okay, there's this one, and there's something wrong in my head. I always want the best quality, right? I don't know why, but
That's good.
yeah. Because I was like, if you're gonna wear a shirt of mine, I want it to be good where you're like, you don't throw in the washer and it shrinks up. You know what I'm
I'd be
sure
mad, yo. I'd be
So
I'd be super mad.
it's just like if you get it for 40, if you want to be nice, you can hit them for 60. Then, that's good. $20 profit, and then you can work from there. You sell 5 of them, you make 100.
And do you think it's better to like sell in larger increments or smaller increments?
If you buy bulk, you
Yeah.
usually get better pricing.
Better
Because,
pricing, and it's
they're
smarter
trying to
that way.
Yeah, it's smarter that way. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us sorry, go ahead. You want to answer?
I don't. For me, I think it's. I'm in management, so it's the time. That's how you depend how much how much to charge and all that stuff. It's just the time and the knowledge too. You gotta if you take the time to learn the knowledge, then I feel like you gotta pay me for that time that I.
That's what these
used to
barbers
learn.
say all the time, man. They're like, it's my time. I've been cutting
Shout out to the
300
barbers.
years." I'm mad at that. I'm legitimately gonna learn how to cut hair. I'm taking y'all out, cousins.
That was honestly that was the fun. That was touching back on that. That's the same thing I told my barber too. I'm like, the day you start charging me $70 for a haircut, I'm gonna learn how to cut my own hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn how to cut my own hair, yo.
And is it because of the demand? Because even us as women, like we used to get our nails done for $20. We used to get our hair done for $50, and now I probably spend $300, if not more, on hair. Nails are $120
Yo,
at least.
kings, y'all better watch out for who you get
yeah,
married
this
to,
whole,
man.
all these memes about here's $40 for hair. $40 is my gas money to get me to the nail shop. Like that's
Where's she going?
nothing.
All right.
Hey, you know
So-
what's crazy?
Kings, learn how to do your woman's hair.
Shout out to Pat. You cuts my hair. I did them dirty so bad. I didn't know this guy raises prices for for barbershop, right? So he was 50, but I used to pay this guy 40 for like 3 months straight. He never said nothing. Then I hit him one day. I was like, yo, bro, I think you do a really good job. I think you should go up to 50. Everyone charge me. He's like, I've been charging for I was so shook. I got out my cash out. I'm so sorry, bro.
You
Here's
paid
the
him back
rest of you. I
everything?
paid him back, bro. I felt so bad, bro. That's so
Aw.
crazy. So yeah, their time is crazy.
But once again, so that leads us as an entrepreneur. How important is it to treat your loyal customers that come? Because like even me, like my son, his barber, been cutting up since like he was born, but like. I don't want to put him on blast, but like, he'd be giving us discounts because of like how long we've been going to him. And is that important? Does that keep your customers longer?
That keeps you what?
Yeah.
It keeps you in business.
But what if you have like 30, 50 customers that have been coming in for like 2 years?
But I think about this way, like if you give me a discount, the person that I'm gonna refer is gonna make up for that discount that you gave me.
Yeah, 100% true.
Yeah.
So, but
Absolutely.
I don't know about 30.
I mean, not
30
like that.
cuts.
Yeah.
There's I learned this in marketing. I think it was CLV, customer lifetime value.
Say that again. Say that again. For
CLV, customer lifetime value. Like,
wow.
how much is this person gonna spend with you in their lifetime? So if you treat them right, they're gonna be there for a long time, right?
Facts.
And I just talked to Akeem last week. He's like, sometimes when I cut cat, right, I don't even charge him sometimes, because
I need to be like Cat.
No, because that's like how influencers
his,
are and all that. Yeah.
when these guys come to town, yo, who cut your hair? This guy does it. boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
and then like more people go through him through that.
Hey,
funnel,
we're
'cause
about
the
to interview
relationship-
Akeem, so don't be answering his questions.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm
Shout
sorry.
out to
Shout
Akeem,
out
though.
to-
Shout out to Akeem.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm just kidding,
I was
no.
supposed to say that. But
Yeah.
that's
No, that's important because even with, for example, like with hairstylists for a woman, when they do hair for someone who has a lot, like a large Instagram following, sometimes they'll do it for free because they want people to send them. Like it's very smart, actually, like marketing tactic. Or like people who have like large YouTube channels, like Rihanna will send them a free PR package because she'll be like, okay, talk about this on your YouTube. You have millions of followers, and this is how I'm gonna get customers. So that's actually a really good point that you just made. But speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about Black businesses.
We gotta support each other. That's all. We definitely have to support
I
each
was.
other.
I mean, that's really where my question leads to. What is holding us back from really going in with supporting each other, and why are we giving? We're buying Drake's whatever or blah 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 whatever, and then we're not doing the same thing with our friend, or we're
boy,
buying
speak on that. It looks
products
like
from
you about
a
to go in.
corporate or a designer, and we're not, we complain about $50, but we're buying a Gucci whatever. You know what I mean? So what do you think? Why do you think that's lacking in our community?
I seen an argument on Twitter the other day, and it's kind of like the same thing. Like, yo, I called this Black place, and they didn't pick up, and none of that. So what we need to keep in mind is some of these businesses that we look up to, that we think are the greatest, been in business for hundreds of years. So they already went through that process of trial and error, and they fixed their ways through that time. Some of these businesses that we're going to just started, so they're gonna fall into, they're gonna stumble here. Maybe customer service might not be the best right away, but hopefully they're doing their part and learning from their mistakes too, right? That's where education comes into. Like if you're gonna go into a business, learn about your business. Go buy a course, find a mentor so they can tell you the things that they, gone through. But what we think is sometimes we expect the same services and things we get from businesses that have been in for 1,000 years to businesses that have been maybe a couple of years, right? So it's kind of like we can't be held to the same standard right away, but we're trying to achieve to get there. That's what I always think. Is like, be patient with them.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if they're trying to help get their, like they're trying to like fix their mistakes too. Be patient with them, because then you being that patient, like if you were patient with me and I'm messing up, look, I'm gonna remember you and be like, yo, Johnny was here when we first were messing up. I see him now. Come on in now, bro. You don't gotta do that. You legit, or here's a smaller discount.
I agree with that. I don't think I can top that because you nailed it. You nailed it. I feel like it's just because we're not patient with each other. We just doubt each other. I feel like we doubt, okay, well, I can go to Gucci because Gucci has this great quality, but I don't know about your quality. So, but like you said, you have to be patient with the business, because I feel like the way you reach Gucci status is because of you that supported me. You saw something was wrong, you told me.
Yep.
Then some point I'm gonna reach to Gucci quality.
Yeah.
So I think it's just patience. Like I think that was the thing that stood out the most. It's like we have to be patient with each other. We have to support each other, but then we have to be patient.
Yeah, but I'm gonna challenge y'all on this. So yeah, you guys made a point on that. It's great. Yeah, Gucci's been in business for 20 years, but I'm just saying, like, it don't matter whether a business has been in time for such a long time. I'm talking about how come we are not starting to support these businesses. Like, how are we going to help them get to Gucci's level? Because when Gucci first opened and Amazon first opened, blah, 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 there's all these stories about how they started by themselves and all of that. But at the end of the day, they received support, So what is holding us back from actually, like, why do we complain about people's prices? We act like we can't afford it, but yet we do afford other things. So what's going on?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
I wish you would have told me before the interview. So
I did a research.
Yeah.
Ask people.
Well, I mean, not to put y'all on blast, but what's the reason y'all didn't want to buy from a business at one time? What was holding you guys back?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of, like, when I go to food spots, I pull up Google.
That's me
stars.
too.
They got reviews. Okay, what does it say? Like today. All right, forget it.
Oh my God, Oboyo, I can't do this.
You know what I'm saying, but so like when I usually go purchase things, I look at reviews to see what people are saying, and if they don't have any reviews, even they could be the best food spot. I'm not going. I'm like, yo, ain't nobody ate there.
Yeah.
Like, nobody did nothing over there. What the hell am I coming to you for?
Yeah.
That's true, too. I never thought of it like that. So the question was, what stopped me?
What's stopping you from supporting some places, you know?
Dang. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
At the end of the day, I think
one.
honestly, to answer for us, it's really because we aren't familiar with the brand, and it's just unfortunately, it's sad. We just, I mean, it might not always be because it's a black business, but yeah, you're right. If it's not popular, we don't support it, and that's how people's mindsets are.
Yeah.
Once it's popular is once you start supporting it.
Facts.
So, you know, at the end of the day, you just got to get on the wave train, you know. So
for me to answer why it stopped me from, you know, I like to support every business, but I've stopped some of them because of like the time. I think it's just the time that you get your stuff, or if you reach out to them, they don't have your size. So I think it's.
And
just
nobody's
time.
perfect, you know.
Yeah.
So
And also, not everyone's gonna be your customer. Let's cut that off for a second.
That's true.
Find your niche.
Good one. Good one.
Yo, the club is for the club. The shirts is for the shirt. Food is for these people. It's like, don't think everybody's supposed to support you. Know who you're targeting, your target audience, and go after them.
That's a good one, boy. That's a good one.
Another thing when it comes to black businesses, why do we have, not all, but why do we have such horrible customer service? I just need to know. Do we need training one-on-one? Because we have financial literacy trainings, but do we need to train ethics and customer service and how to be kind and how to like apologize, how to give credit? Like, what is it with black businesses? I mean, we're human, so it's not the color of our skin, but why don't we know the basic ethics of how to run a business when it comes to treating people?
I've been trying to figure that one out my whole life.
Me
I don't
too.
know.
And especially us too.
Yeah,
I'm
saying it's us. It's really us.
I feel like it's just because we're trying to make it. Like I think we're trying to make it, but people don't see it. Like I'm trying here, but I guess the attitude too doesn't help. If you're giving that, it doesn't.
Bro.
I do see you're trying, but
I think with me, it comes
That's
with like the algorithm of like how good the business is. Like, for example, I'll just speak on one business. I won't put their blast out, but it's a Somali business and they have amazing food and they have like a specific amazing things. But their customer service is horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come back regardless because the food is great. I might just take it to go though. I'm not gonna sit there because I'm not gonna deal with them. So maybe it's because they know, these people are not gonna find something like us. I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
I think it's this actually.
I don't know about that one.
I think I have an answer because I talked to, again, my cousin Kia talked to him when he went to visit back at home. Time wasn't. They're not very punctual.
That's true.
It's more like, oh, okay. Like if a guy, he told me a story. Like a guy told him to meet him here at this time, and he went at that time. The guy showed up 2 hours later. Like nothing is wrong. Like bro, you're 2 hours late. So it's like I think some of the businesses, if they're not built by like some of us that are already here that we know like it's very punctual.
Yeah.
Then they're just like.
Do you think
food.
that when they're learning entrepreneurship and business classes, like the way that they go to classes for credit and stuff like that, do you think it's important for them to learn behavior and ethics? When you're about to open a business, do you think that they should have some sort of knowledge on that? And do you think there should be courses on customer service?
Absolutely. If without your customers, what you gonna do? So you better learn about them because or else it's over with for you, man. So I think we need training.
You should do that, Oboyo. You should start teaching customer service skills, how to get people to like you.
Bring your energy to that.
The problem is some people take. Here's my only problem with that. Some people try to take advantage of it. You know, if you bring a great customer service, like, oh, you got a return policy of this, and you know, you're doing all the best things to help them. They're like, oh, hold up.
No, see, it's to an extent though. You can't be all the way like you can't let people step over you, but like you have to have rules and regulations. Yep. But I'm just talking about just treating people nice, honestly, like fixing your mistakes, owning up to it. Honestly, if you make a mistake, you gotta own up to it. So,
and I feel like I think people.
It's because they know black people don't sue and we're lazy. That's why
they
knew that we sued.
We need to be honest with each other too. Like if you see one of your sister or your brothers being rude to you, you can check them. Like your attitude, like you need to fix it because you know letting them know that they're gonna help the next customer. I learned that because I used to. I wasn't a nice person, you know.
I tried to whoop my ass once, bro.
I wasn't a nice person, but it was just the fact that I think people notice that and then they tell you and then you work on it. But it goes back to you have to be able to let people know. hey, your attitude, I don't like it.
Feedback.
Feedback is key. Feedback is key.
Absolutely.
So have you told that restaurant about the attitude? And
Oh, a million people did. I'm not the only one. What? But they're
So
gonna be
you
up and
have.
running. Of course.
Not online, in person.
Oh yes.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, you done your
Yes, I
part.
know
What? I speak my mind. No.
She probably went home and was like, I hate this place. It's the worst.
No, I mean I did
Don't
do
even
that
tell
too,
them.
but like no, I tell people, and it's not everyone. I tell them, I'm like, this needs to be fixed. So,
Yeah.
but shout out to them. At the end of the day, still got great food, and I'm sure that there'll be better progress. We
telling
all
you,
start
dude,
somewhere.
where's
No
it
one's
at?
a mistake.
yeah, where is that? Tell us.
I'll tell you
It's a
off
joke.
camera.
Okay,
Tell us
good.
off the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, y'all, that's really what I have for you guys.
We need to talk more about your podcast. Just briefly tell them.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about Audition Podcast first of all? And we didn't even really get into like who's Oboyo. They're like, who's this man just sitting here today? Who is
Don't be
Oboyo?
humble like I always say, man.
Yeah.
Tell them your resume.
My name is Goliath Oboyo.
Once again, say that name again because they
Goliath Oboyo. Y'all get it
Just
straight,
call him
okay?
a boy.
Call me Oboyo or Oboy, Chef Boyardee, all that stuff. But who am I, man? I'm just a regular human being, man. I'm just like y'all. I went to school. Started off working at Target and then was in software sales for a very long time. And now I'm going to be going into software services. Not selling a product, selling services. Starting on the 15th. My life's over with. I started my own podcast too called Audition Podcast. The reason I did that, I had a dream. I was like, looking back at some of my people, in my community. I'm like, damn, bro, like your parents came here from Africa. And you're doing worse than them. Like,
What?
Like, bro, what? Your parents were striving. Like, they work in factories, bro. Like, it's hot. It's cold as hell. They cutting meat because they worked at Hormel. Like, it's not a suitable job. They're working Monday through Sunday to provide minimum for you so you can, the maximum, but it's like, they're doing their best. And you're going to come to America and, born here or come here and ruin it by getting into activities that are not, productive for you. Now you're just not doing anything productive. So I was like, man, I need to do something because I'm not any special kind of way. I just talk a lot. That might be my special gift, learning how to talk a lot. But I'm like, most of these people just need the education. So I was like, okay, what can I do to give education in a broader area where I can be like, here you go, and I can wash my hand free of you saying you don't know this. So that's why I was like, Audition. And then I was coming up with a name. I was like, okay, Audition Podcast, like add math, right? Addition, you add on to each other, right? That's exactly what I want to do. So the information I give to the younger people or even older people, they can add on to it. They probably know someone over there that's like, oh, that boy said this on one time. He had a guest on that said something about financial literacy. Now we can take that and use it to our advantage. So you don't have an excuse when it comes to my area, right? So that's the reason I started a podcast.
You heard it here first, y'all, because Oboyo about to blow up.
I'm about to
Audition's
check out his
about to be
podcast,
big,
yeah.
so
Tim right there
that's
behind
the
me, the new
background.
camera guy. So y'all watch out for him, man. A lot of edits on the way. A lot of little funny camos are coming out. Y'all
It's a
gonna see
great
it.
podcast.
great
He
platform.
brings great people on there. Conversations are amazing. It's the only podcast I really, truly start from finish to end because
Huh?
Truly? What do you mean truly? You don't watch ours too?
No, I don't. I don't like my voice. I don't watch
Oh.
ours.
She did say that one time. I was like, what are you talking about? You don't like your voice. She don't like hearing her voice.
But I think that's
Yeah.
common though. Like I feel like people.
I think
that,
it's so cringe.
people
I'm
that,
like,
you
ugh.
know,
I don't even like looking at myself. I'm like,
record-
ugh.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Top 5. Y'all eat cereal? Actually, you know what? This is the
I
one.
do eat cereal.
Okay,
I love cereal.
Top 5 cereal brands right now.
Captain Crunch,
Is
Cheerios.
this in order?
No.
Okay, just okay.
Cheerios.
Hmm.
Dang. Rice Krispies.
Hmm.
What is that one?
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran.
Is that 5? I think that's 5.
That's 4. Or
I
5?
don't really know if I have a top 5. I love Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love Frosted Flakes. I love
Frost-
Cinnamon
Ooh.
Toast Crunch.
Why did I forget about that one?
I love and then I love like the remixes that they do. So like there's like a caramel chocolate
DJ.
Captain Crunch. There's a
like the
cinnamon
remixes
frosted
that they
flakes.
do.
Oh, the churros cinnamon toast crunch. fire.
That's
Oh,
fire.
do they still have what was
So
it? Lucky
fire.
Charms? Do they still have Lucky Charms?
Yeah, I don't
I
like
think
that
might,
shit.
man. I think
But the
they
mush,
might.
yeah, it's good though. But yeah, that's what I hate. I don't like Fruity Pebbles. Cereal. Cheerios. I like it because it's like healthy for the heart. Like my dad would like
Okay.
put that down my throat. But yeah, those are the ones. And I like Raisin Bran. I do
Did
really
y'all
like
say
Raisin
cinnamon
Bran.
toast? Did one of y'all say cinnamon toast?
did.
crunch?
That's the first thing I said
Woo,
almost.
thank God. Okay.
Yeah,
That's all I needed to know.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes. Yeah, those are like my main ones.
So what is your
in
top
our house,
five
like
then?
we eat a lot. My house, they like to eat. There's a cookie cereal. They like to eat that.
I don't like
Cookie
that.
Crisp?
So yeah, Cookie Crisp. They like to eat.
Cookies.
My dad loves. Oh, I like this one too. Honey Oat Crunch. The honey oats are so good.
That's
I
just your
really
top
like it.
15. Hey, I said 5. I mean, mess with it. I'll say for me, in no particular order, Captain Crunch is on there. We got cinnamon. Actually,
Toast
not
Crunch.
not Captain Crunch. I'm sorry, she messed my cinnamon toast
Yeah.
crunch.
Yeah.
Reese's.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Um, Honey Nut Cheerios. I
Yeah.
don't care what y'all say. That's fire. Then the rest y'all can just battle it out. Like I'm probably not gonna eat. Like
yeah.
So.
So yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I like.
So
Anyway.
I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
It's a past debate.
Hmm.
You know, the Jay-Z debate. Would
Oh.
you rather?
Hey man, give me the money, man. I don't really want to hear this.
You want the money?
Oh, you wanna
Have-
Sit down with Jay-Z.
Were y'all on Twitter the other day? Y'all got Twitter?
Mm-mm.
There's like a little kid that interviewed Jay-Z. She's like, hey,
Oh, I
what's
saw
your
that,
top
like a
five,
clip.
like or something like.
Yeah.
Give us your advice for young entrepreneurs. He kept saying, he said 3 things, and 2 of them were believe in yourself. So that's what he's gonna say to y'all, man. Take the money and learn how to flip that. If you can't flip 500K, bro, hey, you don't deserve any money in the first
500K.
place.
I'll take the 50K. I've seen a lot of different amounts. I'll take 500 freaking dollars. I don't care.
Oh
It's
my
either
God.
way. So.
Just taking that.
But yeah, you guys, Oboyo, we're definitely gonna have you back. We
Oboyo,
love having
thanks.
guests.
She capping, bro. She said that to every guest, bro.
Yeah, I
I'm not coming
do.
back.
I do.
What?
We all
What?
coming back, but
I'm
Oboyo will
come back.
We
Oboyo's
gotta let
coming
other
back.
people shine, and then
You know, we'll have
Invite
different
her on.
topics to talk about. So yeah, I mean, we're about to interview a couple barbers that you're close with. So you know, we might see you there.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you have an advice you want to give the young?
Oh yeah, we always end it with advice. Give us
for
a
the
piece of
youngin'
advice.
on any. Oh,
Not even the young.
just
Everybody.
Everybody. Just in
Everybody.
general.
Yeah, piece of advice.
Treat everyone the same. You never know who you.
He's so mean to
is
me. Y'all don't
connect-
listen to him. Okay.
Who you never know who's connected with who, and your character will get you so far away than anything that I don't know if it's
That kind of reminds me
money-wise.
of one of Akeem's photo caption.
Yeah.
He said something about his character is taking him places that money wouldn't.
I
Something
guarantee
like
it's
that.
a Jay-Z quote. He stole that from Jay-Z. But I would say treat everyone the same. You never know who's connected to who. And just be nice, man. Be out there and just interact with people. Your character will get you in so many doors that, that you don't know
Absolutely.
about. Yeah.
I love it. All right, y'all. Well, there's a boy. He gonna sign our Hall of Fame sweater right here,
Boy.
right now.
Oh, y'all
Let's
see
go.
my handwriting, bro?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know. Y'all ain't
horrible.
gonna like
Try
it.
your best, man.
Okay.
Try your best.
Keep this shirt because one day it's gonna be like worth like.
I'd be
$10.
thinking about. Excuse me.
I mean 100.
I was gonna say $10.
I don't know. That's good.
All right,
I'm sorry.
Oboyo, the Goliath, the kid, whatever you call yourself.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right, you guys.
Meet
We're
Peace
out.
out.
Pew.